alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
and I'll leave you alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you again. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please,
what
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please leave
happened?
me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore because...
You see how this guy's acting? It doesn't even make sense. Watch this one. It's worse.
This make you feel? Huh? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you feel?
The one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
scratches? I got scratches.
I can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't
get
give a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel?
Huh?
You're...
I'm gonna get you. I have photos of you. Going at your family. I guess it's not unusual for stalkers to go at family members. So, Mr. Perry, if there's leaks and wiretap orders and bullshit like that, because you're in criminal activity like organized crime and crap, sex exploitation, our witness says, ever since I've known Charles Perry, he has a sexual problem. He's a sadist. I'm talking about crime causation, Mr. Powell. I heard that there was some complaints about you this weekend acting like a child, that you threw a fit. Mr. Perry gets told all the time, you need to act your age and quit throwing a fit. My guys call me and they're like, they're having problems with Mr. Perry again at throwing fits like a baby. Like he's a fucking 2-year-old. Mr. Powell too. They're complaining about it, that he's acting like he's fucking 2. So, anyway, crime causation, Powell, not lewd and lascivious. So the guy says he's got there's sexual homicide book written by the guy who formed the behavioral science profiling at the FBI. You ought to try reading it. Unfortunately, some people have a sex weirdo problem, Mr. Powell, and they make it other people's problem. They start taking things that don't belong to them, like privacy and money and property and shit. So this guy's got a stalker problem and he won't leave this girl alone. Well, that's not normal. It's not normal to want to peep. It's why it's illegal, Mr. Perry. It is illegal to peep. It is illegal to stalk. It is illegal to hack. It is illegal to continue to contact a woman who doesn't like you and force yourself on her. It's called rape, Mr. Perry. You make me feel raped. Psychological torture, human rights violations, torture, torment, and starvation of women and children is what got this opened up. And you did it to me all fucking weekend. And you pissed everybody off. So we got more. See, here's the thing. You're breaking the law. You're causing catastrophic loss. You take somebody's home and their car, you don't get forgiven for that. You take somebody's child, you don't get forgiven for that. You take somebody's privacy and food and livelihood. Sir, that's a great way to get people to hate your guts and they start talking. So you have leaks, we do not. We control those leaks. You've never controlled them. I have protection. Fabian puzzle guys. Okay? You act like you don't understand what people say. It's very embarrassing, Mr. Perry. You got called cream puff this weekend. You've been called a lot of names. People make fun of you. Nothing more pathetic than a little bitch who can't just move on like everybody else does. We all get rejected. We all move on. We don't impose. We don't become a burden. We don't make everybody's life a nightmare and a living hell like you have done. So you've pissed people off. Now you got leaks, dumbass. We don't have those. We don't make phone calls. Is it you? Is it you? Are you talking? Are you leaking? We don't make those kind of phone calls, sir. You do. You're making everybody mad. You're offending everybody. What you're doing is far outside social norms, is extremely deviant. It's making everybody wildly uncomfortable, and everybody's disturbed by you, sir. Yeah, you need to act like you understand me. It is illegal to peep because it makes everybody uncomfortable. It's a creepy fucking thing to do. You're a turnoff. You're fucking John Hinckley watching Jodie Foster. He ended up in a mental hospital. That's where you need to be. You're just as crazy, if not worse. You're just as crazy, if not worse. You for sure are making everybody mad. When you're in jail, sir, the nightmare's over. So, we don't have a hard time getting information at all. None. You've made all kinds of enemies with this thing. So our witness says, as long as I've known him, he's a sexual sadist. He's dysfunctional. He causes problems for other people and then goes and jacks off, he says. His words were, rubs one out. Those were him, quoting him. He puts hidden cameras in women's homes when they're not there. He chooses divorced women with kids as his victimology. That's his target. He trolls around, travels, won't take his wife with him. Nobody really knows what he's doing. Finds a woman who's divorced with kids, puts hidden cameras in her home when she's at work, kids are at school, pays the landlord a little something, something, buys a locksmith, pays the maintenance guy. They put hidden cameras on these women. Then he broadcasts them all over the dark web, all over the world. Who all did you piss off when you did that? You can't say you don't want anybody to know about it. Of course you do. You wouldn't broadcast it all over the world, sir, if you didn't want anybody to know. You wouldn't continue to go at me. When you go at me, you get told on, bitch. You're just not all there, are you? Your elevator doesn't go to the top. I mean, it's embarrassing how you're medically retarded. There's no way you're not. Medically, our shrink says, he's mentally retarded. He continues to do what provokes people, the wrong people. I know people, sir. I've been in politics all my life, federal, state, federal. I didn't really do a whole lot of state, but I knew a lot of people before I ever met you. I lived in Vegas, sir. You don't know you should see the people that come through that town. Yeah, see, you're a fucktard. He types in my phone. I hate it. I can't even type a fucking email or a fucking text to anybody without him typing over my typing. Then I gotta erase what he typed and keep trying to type what I'm typing, because he clones my phone. That's illegal, bitch. So my guys record it when you do that, and you do it anyway. You know you're caught. You do it anyway. That's why she thinks you're mentally retarded. You've done it for 13 years, dumbass. They got quite a case against you and your little crew of weird. So the guy says, then he causes these women to lose their homes, and then he hacks them so they can't find work anywhere. He makes sure they don't find a job. Then he starts talking to their family. They like the gaslighting thing. They got a big book of weirdo technique, gaslighting. Rick and Deanne, you guys in on that? Did you guys study the book? Well, y'all got caught this weekend. Your names came up in a recording, guys. So, we're fine with that. I mean, me and Dennis knew a long time ago. Y'all were something. I watched my cousin and his wife completely change personalities when you guys walked in their house. Who their friends are is none of my business. I never said a word about it. I just told Dennis. Dennis was like, they said XYZ to me, and it was weird. I go, yeah, I think they're working for Charles. I think we need to stay away from them. If they come over when we're there, go in a different room. Go out to the shop. Go anywhere where they are, but where they are. So if you notice, all of a sudden you didn't see me again, and I hope not Dennis. I didn't want you around my kid. That was a long time ago. I haven't seen y'all in years. I made it a point not to see you. I don't, And whatever you've done with my cousin, you're gonna pay for that legally. You're getting a legal shitstorm. Listen, my family is victims of the crime. They're not in any trouble at all. None of them. None of them are. You guys are, you've used my family, just like him. He's going after the family. So the guy says he'll get the family to berate them if they go to them for help. So I play a recording. My ex-husband did exactly that. It's your fault. You're not working. You're lazy. And I'm like, oh my God, that is not it. That is not it at all. I can't go to work where Mr. Perry's not causing a problem. So would that not make you want to avoid? So Mr. Perry sends in David Robertson, who threatens me with recant your claims that he's a stalker, or I'll put you in the lake. I start getting sick when I'm drinking drinks. I Google the symptoms and I ask him, are you guys giving me arsenic? And he says, yeah, we are. Let your life fade away. Just let us kill you. I've got those texts. Mr. Powell never saw him before he signed off on my, went to a judge and got my arrest. False arrest. Charles was threatening. He's threatened another one. He threatens it every day. I'll find something. Didn't you? You were recorded talking to Fabian. I heard the recording. I'll find a way to lock her up and she won't get out this time. Unless she's with me, you need to give up. Guess what? It's not your place to say. I want who I want. It's not you. You're a job, bitch. You disgust me. You disgust everybody. You have leaks because you disgust everybody. We don't have them. You have them. So the guy says, then he'll have the family berate them. Then they lose their house. Then he has the ex take the kids away. He's a sadist. He likes getting women upset and hysterical so he can go, and I'm quoting the witness, rub one out. He's a sick little fuck. He's a sick, twisted little fuck who likes making everybody's life a living hell and a nightmare. Causes catastrophic loss, the kind we won't get over. A death threat, Mr. Robertson, is a very serious matter. And maybe you bought TPD, maybe you threatened TPD. That was the question of today. What's up with TPD? Somebody else asked that. My guys are like, we had nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. Everybody knows they're aggravated with y'all. You didn't carry your weight. You didn't do your part. And now we got a dead lucky and almost dead framed Mike. Because you didn't prosecute obstruction of justice. And you should have. And you know that. My evidence got destroyed. They tried to kill me, and you know that. You gave my police report right to the offender who's still offending. And there's a good cop in jail that shouldn't be in jail. And you know that. But today it was somebody else. My guys are like, we didn't have anything to do with that. Asking what the fuck is wrong with TPD. That bitch ought to be in jail from what he's doing to her in Tulsa. There's a bigger case here, guys. You needed to do your part. And I said very little about it for 6 years. Didn't say fuck about it, did I? I didn't sue you. What I did after the car accident, where my car's hit, it's a hit and run. In a parking lot, my car's hit at the wheel where they always hit. Mr. Perry's threatened my car and threatened my car and threatened my car and threatened my car. That's a crime. That's why you got leaks, sir, and we don't. We're not calling around going, who told on us? We don't give a fuck. Nobody's telling on us. We're not breaking the law. You are. You are. You're this bitch.
Filming my father and my fucking sister.
You don't even make sense. Listen to what he says. It doesn't even make sense. See, if you're crazy and you're mentally retarded, you won't know that you don't make sense. We do. You got leaks, we don't, fucktard.
How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches?
pictures?
I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Monkey, hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I
gonna
don't
get
give a
it
fuck.
good.
You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can
find
bring
Is
the
that
whole
a
fucking
threat?
army.
You're gonna
I don't give
find
a
out.
fuck.
This make you feel?
What an idiot. He'll never get a date with her. You'll never get a date with me. 13 years. Not a chance. I moved twice to get away from you. So we come to Oklahoma, and these two people walk into my cousin's house. I believe that they had not been hanging out with them before we got there. So if my cousin hears this, listen, I stayed out of that. I didn't say a word. But if I were you, I'd seriously question the kind of questions you're getting asked. I don't want you guys to get hurt. That's why I've stayed away. So they can't accuse you of leaking. We know they call you. We know they do. They wanted y'all to do an intervention to force me back to Texas. You guys get her uncle to talk her into going to Texas, where they'll kill her. Get her cousin. Get her to do a family intervention. Well, Amanda and Landon don't want to help with that. And then Charles starts typing in my phone. Is Amanda and Landon a leak? Well, I'm not quoting them. I'm quoting you, dumb fuck. I'm quoting you. I'm not sure I've ever quoted them. Pretty sure I quote you all the time. Can you get Corky to call? I think he doesn't feel comfortable. He hasn't really seen her much. You know why? Because you called them, and you fuck with them. I'll call the EPA on y'all. Yeah, and so one of your guys, I don't know who it was. My guys they get all this shit in. They don't tell me how they do that. I don't even know who your leaks are, but even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. We want this nightmare over. We want you gone. You and your troublemaking and your problems and your invasion of everybody's privacy, done, gone, stopped. You know you get caught. You do it anyway, and then I've got an email. There's like 43,000, sir. Emails representing like 43,000 recordings. So I'm not told who it is, but the guy was like, so, they wanted her uncle to talk her into going back to Texas, and he's like, I haven't even seen her. We'll get the EPA, and he was like, you'd be hard pressed to find a body shop that doesn't have at least one EPA violation, And then, so Charles thinks they're leaking, so he's trying to get them harassed by the EPA. He thinks he can just make a phone call and harass people with government agencies, taxpayer-funded resources, cops and shit. And the cops were complaining about it, you bitch. Some of them were. They didn't like it. I don't want to pull her over. I'm not going to pull her over. Why is he doing that to her? Why won't he just fucking leave her alone? You've been called Taylor Swift song. You've been called Elizabeth Taylor's soap opera queen. You've been called Days of Our Lives. You've been called all kinds of names. People make fun, The Hobbit. People make fun of you because you're a fucking weirdo. You're not going to get a date with me, weirdo. You're fucking creepy. You're disturbing everybody with this bullshit. We can't wait till you're gone and your problems are gone with you. So I guess this weekend, the guy says Rick and Deanne talked to Craig to see if he's a leak, and he thought he probably isn't. Asked him a bunch of questions. I'm not told how they got that information or if that happened. All I know is I'm played a recording of a guy saying Rick and Deanne talked to Craig to see if he's a leak, and they didn't think so. What he said is, I think they all have wiretaps on them. Charles is calling them all the time. David calls them all the time. They're being pressured. They're being coerced. And it might be, they're not after my family. They're after you. So if there's a wiretap order on her cousin or her uncle, it's to catch Charles calling them. It's not that they're not after them. That's true. I will confirm that. That is true. If there is a wiretap order. They're after you, bitch. Charles, you're the criminal. You're getting told on. You're getting told on, or there's a wiretap. Because a judge decided what you were doing was so awful, he granted an investigatory order of some sort to catch you doing it, so you go to jail, and there's no more. You and your creepy little organized crime, sex trafficking bullshit. You're a sex offender. Nobody wants you. You're told on. You're not wanted, you're told on. What y'all put me through this weekend really made everybody mad. It's my shrink was like, that is the most horrible psychological torture I've seen in a while. I mean, I know he does that to you all the time, but you need a rest. That was awful, what he did to you. So what they did is they jammed up my Dasher app. I recorded it. It's on the the blog, Facebook. It's everywhere. So I record it for half an hour. I get no orders in. Then I get 2 that are upside down, which means it's like an order 10 miles away, delivery, and you're gonna get paid $2. Nobody takes those. Nobody takes that kind of order. So it has to be enough to cover your gas and your time. So if you're trying to make money to pay a bill, and they know that, and they jam up my app, they did that. My guys call me. I had a Verizon bill due for my phone. My guys call me and they go, listen, we've been listening to them all day. They're gonna frustrate you all night. They're gonna fuck up your app. You're not gonna make any money. And I have to call guys in. And we're all tired. We're all exhausted. So are you. Just rest. You shouldn't have had to make a payment arrangement. The only reason you do is because he's fucking with your money. So what we're gonna do is let it go. I'll charge him for interfering with your contract. Interstate. That one's interstate. So let's let it go. Just stay home and rest. Work something else out. So that's what we did. And then every time you try to fuck with one of my ability to pay a bill, sir, they're gonna charge you with that. You act like you don't know. You ask me who told, but you act like you don't understand what's really happening. Why are you told on? Everybody hates what you're doing. It's crime. You're a criminal. You have leaks, we don't. You have you're doing something wrong. It's making everybody mad. You're causing a lot of loss for a lot of people. You're ruining lives. I don't know what kind of low-life scumbags sit around all day trying to figure out how to ruin somebody's life. So I guess Rick and Deanne questioned my family. I will tell you this. The first time they started coming over, we noticed a personality change in my cousin. I told my son. My son was like, they said, I don't even remember now what it was, but he said, they were talking, they said XYZ, something. And it made me very uncomfortable. And I said, they're working for Charles. Stay away from them. You notice the difference in Craig and Dana when they come over? Oh, yeah. They're agitated. They get mad easily. Whereas normally they act like they don't care. They're just real calm, real cool, real chill. Easy to get along with people. Fun people. Kind people. This is my family. I've known them since I was born, Mr. Perry. I can spot when something's wrong. Every time Rick and Deanne came over, something was wrong. It's not my business to get into who he's friends with. I'm not going to make that call. I know I overheard Rick talking to somebody that was over at their house one day about my BMW. Walked over and he goes, why does she want a BMW? Charles doesn't want her to have a BMW. And I was like, whoa, holy shit, it's none of your business. Holy shit, not your fucking business what I drive. Get away from my car. He was over fucking with my car. I said, get away from my car. That's not your car. If it's not yours, keep your hands off of it. I learned that in daycare. We all learned that in daycare. Not you. My granny used to tell me that. She would take me to the store when I was like 2, 3, 4 years old. And if I started touching the stuff on the shelves, if it's not yours, you keep your hands off of it. Don't you touch it. Get some manners and some class. You and your people are all, I don't know, wiggy. So Rick and Deanne own overhead garage doors or something. So they all of a sudden act like, befriend my family. So they can what? Get information and pass it off to Charles all this time. I didn't want to get into their friendships. I didn't want to get into their business. I didn't say a word about it. I'm saying it now. If they listen to these, it's because you told them to listen to it. I'm telling them now. That was recorded. Rick he supposedly asked you questions to try to see if you're a leak. And he felt like you're not. So then it was like, well, maybe everybody's got wiretap orders on them. It's not to catch your family. It's to catch Charles calling our family. And David. Right? Is that right? So Rick and Deanne always made us uncomfortable, me and Dennis. And I was like, stay away from them. They come over. When we're there, go to the shop or go in another room, but stay away from them. And so we did. I don't hang out with them. I don't talk to them. I haven't seen them in a long time. They make me wildly uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. You can tell something's off. When they walk in the room, you can tell. So if Craig and Dana want to be friends with them, that's their deal. I'm not. It's not my business. But they need to know that question came up this weekend. So what happened is last week I got ready to pay my bill. I've already lost my home. I had an apartment. Charles had me kicked out. That was recorded. You talking to my landlord. Kick her out. We got the appeal kicked. You kick her out. We're trying to make her, against her will, go back to Texas, where we can do more to her. We can do more to her. We can kill her and get away with it. Right? If you really wanted me in Texas, you'd have had Fabian up here. But you told him, I'm going to throw her back in jail. She won't get out this time unless she's with me. You give up. Because he was fighting for me, wasn't he? All my girlfriends said he was. And that they were not allowed to discuss him at work with me. If his name comes up, you look off you act like you don't care. My friend goes, they know we care. Or they wouldn't have to tell us to act like we don't. It's called Big Book of Weirdo Techniques. It doesn't work on me, does it? You're seeing things happen you've not seen before when you do it to me. Yeah, why might that be? Huh? Why is it that everything's different when you do it to me and you're still fucktard and you keep doing it anyway? It's like y'all want to get caught. Right? You got called cream puff, Perry. Princess Prissy Pants. Act like a grown-ass man and move on, like everybody else. If you can't behave normally like we all do, we all get rejected. We all just move on. We don't get creepy about it and act like that guy. Fucking Neil never shuts up. We don't do that. We move on. We go find somebody else. So if you can't keep up with normal people, you fail every fucking day. It is illegal to peep. You're a turnoff. I've said that. Nobody should have to tell you that. There's a reason it's illegal. There's a reason other guys don't do that. It's creepy. You're fucking turnoff. You and all your little organized crime bitches. So the question TBD is, what happened to y'all? Are you threatened? Are you bought? I think we've said we know at least $25 million was paid to Sapulpa Police, Creek County Sheriff's Department, Tulsa County Sheriff's Department, and Tulsa Police. They put that money into evidence, all but a few guys did. Charles was mad he didn't get his cover-up. We quote him every fucking day. He's provoking that. He's asking for it. He bothers me. That's what happens. My guys are going to protect me. Prissy Pants. Drama queen. So he got mad that he didn't get his cover-up, so he had to steal him back. He has that money. Now, what has happened after that $25 million, I don't know. But I know this. We have a dead police officer called Lucky. His name is Lucky Miller, chief of police in Manford. We know you killed him. We got a reporter that says there's not a mark on Mike. He couldn't have been in a fight. He was found drugged and unconscious. You can't kill somebody beating them back and forth so hard their head comes off their body. He died of internal decapitation 6 days after a car vandalism thing. Because you're always one. Now we need you to just real casually ask Cynthia who's on the title of her car. Does she have a lien on it? We got that this weekend after you tormented me for hours. So I call my ex-husband. I'm like, I need some help with first the hotel lady. I'm like, go up to pay it. She goes, I rolled you for a week. You got all week to pay it. By next Monday, get it paid. Okay. Friday, they're banging on my door. Pay the rent. Oh my God, what happened? It's Friday. Perry thinks he's going to get me back to Texas. I'll freak out. I'll cry. Yeah, does that help you if I pretend like I'm crying? You wanted me to cry? Yep, I don't cry. I was taught how not to. The shrink worked with me a lot. He thinks that's sex. He gets off on it. So the more he makes you cry, the more you cry, the more he's going to make you cry. The witness says he gets off on that kind of stuff. He's a sex weirdo. Sexual dysfunctional sadist. That's a mental disease, sir. Not a trophy. It's sickening, everybody. So she taught me how not to cry. I went through practice. Here's how we don't cry. Here's what we do instead. So I've been taught how not to cry, sir. Doesn't mean I don't get pissed off. I do. I get really pissed off. I get really pissed off when you go at my family. You ought to leave my family alone. She said the same thing. When somebody tells you leave them alone, you need to have dignity and class and be normal and go move on. Go do things with your own family. Leave mine alone. I guess somebody was also recorded asking Mr. Powell, have you talked to Mr. Perry? I'm concerned about him. He acts like Cynthia's family's his family. Does he know that's not his family? That's her family. He acts like he's not sure. He's a little bit wacky, isn't he? Delusional whack job. Here's the thing. I've never introduced you to my family. I came here to get away from you. There's no way I would take you around my family. Not in a million years. You're a dangerous man. So TPD, now everybody's wanting to know, are you threatened? Did they say, we'll do to you what we've done to Lucky and Mike? I would like you to have them come say that to my face, TPD. If you feel threatened, all you got to do is tell me. They've threatened us. You're watching me do what I'm doing. I'm threatened. I'm threatened every fucking day. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to false arrest you. I'm going to take your car. I'm going to take your income. I'm going to starve you. Income loss, property loss, every fucking day. There's not a day that goes by Mr. Perry doesn't threaten me. Every fucking day. He's typing in my phone something about getting a fax from the NBA. Do people still fax? The NBA? I don't even watch basketball. I don't even know what the hell that's all about, nor do I care. I really don't give a fuck. It's probably what is that? One more of your question is, who's helping you? I think I said they're in law enforcement, sir, not basketball. But call everybody you want to call. Listen, people are going to not tell you anything. Do you understand? We're all sick of you. When you're in jail, nightmare ends. There's no more peeping. There's no more hacking. I won't be broke ever again, and I won't have to lie. I won't be bothered by you and your weirdo club anymore. Your little Rick and Deanne's that you hire to say this and say that and do that and say this. Try to get Craig to tell you this and try to get Dana to tell you that. Yeah, how many times have you done that to my family? And they didn't know it. Yeah. So when you fuck with me and my family, all of a sudden, you've done this to all kinds of people for a long, long time. But when you started doing it to me and my family, all of a sudden everything changed. All of a sudden you're getting quoted. All of a sudden you're having to ask who told. You're having to make phone calls. Is it the FBI? Perry types in my phone, the FBI is not helping you. Okay, if you say so. The CIA? Is it NSA? Is it ICE? Is it North Dakota? Is it Minnesota? Who's helping you? Is it your family leaking? Is it your kids? So, again, it's need to know. You're not entitled to that information. You'll know when they bang on your door and arrest you, and we don't have to deal with this anymore. Finally, the nightmare's over. We don't have any problem, sir, getting information because we want the nightmare to be over. So Friday, they have these people banging on my door, and I'm calling my ex-husband, can you help me? And he's like, no. I'm like, oh my God. A couple hours go by, and I'm still trying to make money. I'm still not making money. My ex-husband is giving me hell. I mean, talk about psychological torture for hours. You're going to be homeless. Go sleep under a bridge. Or go to Texas. I'm getting threatened. Starve, sleep under a bridge, or go to Texas. My ex-husband's like, the only way I'll help you is if you come to Texas. I gave him a son. He tells me, I'm alive because you gave me a kid. I have something to live for. I probably would have been dead if I didn't have a family. And I'm like, wow. So, but you're telling me I have to go to somewhere where I've made it very clear to you I could die. I gave you the McNamara email. You're the one that got that email. He's going to false arrest me. October 29. I'll show it to you. Everybody knows what the McNamara email is. October 29, 2015. They're going to false arrest me. See? Trying to force me against my will back to Lubbock. I left to get away from him. He's trying to force me back against my will. I'm a grown-ass woman, bitch. I had a great life until you came in and ruined it. Great career, great life, great family. You ruined it. When you're in jail, that nightmare is over. We have no problem getting information on your crime. The more you fuck with me, the more we get. You're fucking mentally retarded, the shrink says. Mentally retarded. And you just go right back at it. And we're like, wow, okay. So they for hours this went on. Finally, my ex-husband goes, all right, I'll come up there. So he comes up, and he goes, I'll pay for this week. That's it. You're going to have to go to Texas. They're going to kill me. Remember the McNamara email? They carried out that threat. They're going to fucking kill me. Yeah, well, come anyway. Wait a minute. I'm your kid's mom. You got one kid who has one mom. And you don't give a fuck about it. Nope. You're gonna do it. Oh my God. Wow. That's not what I would have said. That's not even close to what I would have said. That's not even normal. So and just to make it clear, my ex-husband and I are just friends. It's completely platonic. There's nothing else there. There's absolutely nothing else there. So, he's family. He's my son's dad. So, but there's nothing romantic there at all. Nothing. So he's like, all of a sudden starts acting real agitated. And he goes, I'm going to leave. And I go, well, you drove all the way up here and you're going to just turn around and leave? And he goes, yeah, I haven't slept for 24 hours. I go, and you're going to get back in your truck and you're going to drive back to Texas with no sleep for 24 hours? That makes sense. He's acting real agitated. He's walking back and forth. He goes, I don't have any money to help you and Dennis. You're both broke. Okay. What do you want me to do? Listen, I think you need to rest and drive back in the morning if you're really this upset. I don't know why you're upset. You were fine a minute ago. Why now are you upset? So he finally goes to sleep. I'm sleeping on the couch. He's sleeping on the bed. There's no sex. Please understand, everybody, there's nothing there like that. We're friends, and that's it. And he gets up, and he goes and he gets breakfast, takes my car and gets some stuff done on it to fix it. And, like tires that were flattened by Mr. Perry and shit. And then gets the spare fixed and all that crap. And looks at the lights and all that stuff Mr. Perry had fucked up. And then comes back, and all of a sudden he's like happy. He's in a good mood. Let's take you grocery shopping. I'm going to pay everything up for XYZ amount of time. And he was fine. And then that's after I had to do a podcast screaming and yelling. I've been through hours thinking I might have to really live under a bridge. or go to my death in Texas. Can you imagine having to go through that? Our guys were pissed. Why would you put a woman through that? They were livid. They were livid, Mr. Perry. So we get more today. And you never shut up. You're not wanted, you're not loved, you're told on. It's been that way for 13 years. This, sir, goes with the recording that police have. That was 7 years ago, you dumb fuck. It's been every day since. It's like you want to go to jail. Right after all of that's going on, my guys go, we got another one. They're still talking about your car. Just ask her real casual. You know, some questions about her car. We got to find out who has the lien on that car. We got to find out who has title on that car. We got to get her driver's license from her. We got to find out. They've tried to have me pulled over. They want a cop to do it. Guess what? Cops complained about that. But stupid. They don't like it. Okay, so the first time cops complained about you asking them to break the law and harass a woman that you don't need to have any contact with at all was in August 2015. Charles, I don't like your contact. Stop bothering me. Stop bothering me. Stop contacting me. I don't want to hear from you. We're sick of you. Everybody's tired of you. I don't want to hear from you. Get out of my privacy. Get out of my life. Get out of my phone. Get out of my computer. Get off your lazy fat ass and go fucking work, you deviant sicko. You're told on because everybody's sick of this. Everybody's tired of you. It's one thing after another. When you're in jail, I get my privacy back. I get my life back. And you're gone. And I won't be broke ever again. Ever. So, what you did Friday, you pissed off all the wrong people again. This was the first one. I'm at Sensations, and 2 cops come in and tell me that guy from Texas wants us to just find some way to arrest you. We told them no. That's not why we signed up to be police. I write the U.S. attorney a letter about it. You know what he did? Not a fucking thing. My guys did, though. U.S. attorney. How do you know that's not a U.S. attorney in a different office who's not going to tell you fuck? If you're in on it, they're not going to help you with anything. Then there's this one. That's when I wasn't told who it is, but I'm pretty sure it was Lucky or Mike or both. Powell is calling us constantly. I need her address. Can y'all get me her whereabouts? So Papa complained about the same thing. We can't give you her address, Mr. Powell. Stop calling us about it. She never called us. We knew they were messing with her car all the fucking time. Lucky was getting calls from the maid. He's got people coming up here taking pictures of her, driving through the parking lot, looking at her. They'll stop and look at her car. I've asked Lucky 3 times to increase patrol. She didn't ask me before. She didn't tell me before. She told me after she'd already talked to him about it. Mr. Powell, you're a pest. You're pissing everybody off. So are you, Charles. So are you, Josh. So they knew. They all fucking knew. We have the pictures of it. Remember? Where is it? I'm fucking getting sick of this. Everybody is. Look at this. Doesn't look like he could have hit somebody so hard their head came off their body, does it, Mr. Powell? You contributed to that. He's sitting in jail right now. Maybe it ought to be you. Maybe it ought to be you too. Accessory after the fact. We heard you were the only one that didn't know about it before it happened. All the rest of them did. Charles and Dave planned it. Josh knew about it. Chadwick knew about it. You didn't. But you knew after, and you fucking covered it up. It's called accessory after the fact, Mr. Powell. You need to quit calling up here, baby. They're getting tired of it. So they call the guys like they said they wanted to get her on harassment. But guess what? She's not calling us. They are. They're calling us all the time. She never bothered us. She keeps to herself. They wanted us to check into this and check into that. There was nothing to it. Bullshit. Wasted our time. Became pretty obvious pretty quick. They're the ones harassing her. Not the other way around. Listen, fucktard. Here's the thing. On 9/11, I've said this before. You need to listen. Act like you understand what people say. You're really pissing everybody off. So, plane 1 hits the tower in New York. Mr. Powell, you're slow. I don't know how you got to be the DA over there. You're slow. You're fucking slow. By the way, the Civil War ended slavery. It is illegal to have a slave in the United States right now. Do you understand? Years ago, all men are created equal and have the right to pursue happiness and life and liberty. Read it. Y'all don't know how to read. If you go to Texas Tech, they don't teach you how to read over there. So, Mr. Perry, nobody's gonna tell you who's helping me. I've not hinted at it. I'm not gonna help you. I want you gone. You continue to ask me who it is. Why in the fuck would I help you continue to ruin my life? This is how you show your mental retardation, that you would think that, and your delusion. Everybody's sick of you. We're all sick and tired of you. Ask me every day still. I've never answered. I'm like, I'm not told who your leaks are. I don't even care. I don't even know who has a leak and who has a wiretap order. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just glad to have the help. I'm sick of you. Why would I help you continue to ruin my life? I mean, that didn't even make sense. That's the kind of fucktard we're having to deal with over here. So, plane 1 hits the building, and we don't know at this point. Is this an accident? Is this somebody had a heart attack? Instruments failed? What happened? Somebody they hit the fucking building. And then the second one hits. Now, Mr. Powell, it didn't take all 4 events for us to know it was terrorism. Did it you? Did it take all 4 events for y'all mental slows to figure out that was terrorism? So, what's wrong with you that my car's hit 5 times and you can't figure out that's y'all? Now, there's 5 of you. Look at this, Charles. Whose name is on that? Fabian. My guys understood it when the first time I said, Charles is a selfish little butt-in. He's all alone because he's focusing on him. When you focus on something, that's what you get. You focus on you, you are all you end up with. You're alone. Nobody wants a date with you. Fucktard. You're making everybody mad. Everybody's sick and tired of making feel. Look, boo is for fear, sadness. We're all tired of feeling scared and sad. My guys tell me the other day, I need to hear you laugh. I miss hearing you laugh. You've spent so much time trying to fight that bitch off you for us. You're trying to help us build a criminal case. I'm like the lightning rod. How many women would be hurt if it weren't for me drawing the attention off them onto me? Right, Perry? Bitch? You stupid little fuck. You sick, twisted fuck. You know that? You're caught when you do it to me. I have guys that can do that. They got me that in jail. Sir. Protecting me from you. Telling me Rick and Deanne are questioning my cousin. About maybe they're a leak. Guess what, Rick and Deanne? You need to fuck off my cousin. You're going to have to deal with me. With my guys. The guys that got me this in jail. You're going to deal with them. So you need to fuck off my cousin. Do you understand? You don't have a choice. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. You do what you do, but you make sure you can handle the legal shitstorm. The guys that got me that in jail are gonna hit you with. You too, Princess Prissy Pants Perry. Peeping, poking, pink panty Perry, your guy calls you. You got a guy in Houston that calls you that. Peeping, poking, pink panty Perry. Can't get any pussy. I'm quoting your guy in Houston. You're that pathetic, your own people make fun of you. It's not normal to do what you're doing. It's very offensive. It's deviant. It sickens everybody. And so you're the one that has leaks. We don't have them. You've called everybody and everything. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. And you don't know who's lying and who's telling the truth, do you? Yeah. And nobody wants to help you. We all want you gone. When you're gone, all the troublemaking the problems you cause are gone too. Your creepy little doll, gone. Your financial trouble, gone. I won't be broke again and I won't have to lie. You have placed unbearable pressure on me, and I'm not gonna lie. You took my home. There's a thing called restitution, sir. After a criminal trial, you're gonna pay me. So your little stunt Friday, your little psychological torture you did for hours, pissed everybody off. Yep. And then after that, they're still asking questions about who has the title on my car. So you ask somebody to pull me over, find out who's got the title on her car. Yep. Guess what? One of them, a long time ago. I'm not, that's the girl. Is that chick that lost her butt trying to help a cop? Yeah, I'm not pulling her over. That's not going to be me. I'm not going to be that guy. I'll have to go to the bathroom and she blows by here. But how do you know where I'm going to blow by you? But for Mr. Perry hacking me and calling you out. Here she comes. Right? Is that what happened? See, there's this. Right? People complaining. You were menacing. You were bothering. So the locals were like, yeah, she's not doing any harassing. They're harassing her. Because when I was in jail for the first false arrest, you're sitting there planning it. We're going to do a second false arrest. We're going to harass the fuck out of her and say she's harassing us. Mr. Powell, you're really slow if you can't figure out this was planned. Look at that. We're going to get her kicked out of her house. Since it's a COVID moratorium and her job, all strip clubs, all bars were affected by COVID. You know, you got 100 people coming in. COVID takes it down to 50. Perry takes it down to 20 or 10. So it's both. So sure enough, she did it. I mean, look at the date on this. That's dated the 15th. I'm sorry, the 9th of 2021. She did it on the 15th. Exactly what they said. Yep. Okay. Then, yeah, we got to get her back to Texas so we can do more to her. Recorded. Pull her over. I want to know who has the title on her car. Just ask her casually. Do you have a lien on the car? Yep. Okay. Not the first time that happened. So, what, did you want to coax me back to Texas? You're using my ex-husband to do it? I'm not going to help you. You have to come to Texas. I'm not going to Texas. I'll be dead. You want me dead? Just come back. Who called you and told you to do that? How do you know my ex-husband didn't have a wiretap order on his phone to get you calling him, Perry? Y'all use WhatsApp, don't you? We hear. WhatsApp? That's what y'all use to communicate? You don't think we know? Why would you think we didn't know? So, I don't know what to tell you. You've not been so caught as when you go at me, sir. So now everybody's wanting to know why TPD did this. Connecting the dots. Okay, so this is put out by the Stalking Resource Center. The use of technology to stalk. They hack. Stalkers hack now. And they use voyeurism as well. Peeping Toms can't get a real date. So they watch TV and pretend like a little girl. So connecting the dots, TPD is showing how police are supposed to handle stalking victims. Police reports first filed by stalking victims, giving the police report over to the offender, who then obstructs justice and destroys evidence and commits perjury. Not a part of that is not what you do. When my car's wrecked and I take in information on the car accident, by the way, I don't call 911. What I did is I walked it in the office. I don't bother patrol with shit like that. I'm not bleeding. So I walk it in, and the lady says, "Oh, we don't take evidence here." I go, what do you mean you don't take evidence here? My attorney said bring it in. Could be stalking related. Oh, we don't take evidence here. That's not how we do things here. I shoved the papers under the glass, and I go, today it is. And I turned around and walked out. Today you're going to do it fucking right. It's me. I'm standing here. You're going to do it right. Because somebody else is doing it right. Well, you're doing it wrong. So you tell us what you're going to do with that. When they finally make the arrest, you should have made a long time ago. And now we got a dead cop. You got that guy killed. So you tell me. If you don't do it like that here, then which police department locally do I go to that will do it right? Because you got somebody from somewhere else doing it right. They're going to make you look bad. I tell Jerry Bender, I'm sending it to you too. This is what your stupid, Barney Fife did, that I walked it in at the Mingo Valley. So here's the thing, Jerry. I'm not going to sue you. I don't even know that person's name. Didn't get the name. I don't care. What I'm going to do is I'm going to out-cop your ass. Okay? I'm going to show you how to do it right. Because you fucked up. You fucked up bad. Twice now. 3 times. I'm sorry. 3 times. First on this one. Jerry Bender, you better fucking... boy, when you start getting cop skills, you're going to get me riled up quick. That happened, Mr. Powell. First it was that one. Look at that. Right at the wheel. This was a new car to me. But first, there was the whole that, Mr. Powell. Somebody threw a brick at me on the freeway, sir. After the threats to my car. Here's the car threat. Here's you, Powell. Can I get her whereabouts? Can we get her address? Constantly. Look at the date on that, sir. That was fucking back in, God, it was fucking forever. I'm trying to find the damn date. There it is. 2018. And every day since. Right? Wow. I don't even have words for that, sir. So, where's the fucking... There it is. This was dated in August 2019. It's not legit. Look at the last sentence there, highlighted. But I'll have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. Subsequent, sir. Where's that picture? Hold on. You guys are something, TPD. Are you getting threatened? If you're being threatened, you need to come to me and talk about it. And let's resolve this right now. Because my guys have a bigger case. There's like 100-something people that are looking into. And all kinds of victims. I'm not the only one. See that truck where that truck's parked? You can go to the right. And over there, over to the right, is also, it used to be Freddy's Restaurant. Now I think it's called something else. Or you could go to the left and you have to go down further. And then you can hit that freeway, that little highway there. So Charles's guy was parked at the end of that road. I didn't want to go that way. I went to the left. That put me behind about 2 minutes. So I guess they got him calling down the road to their guy, who then, thank God I'm delayed a few minutes, Mr. Powell. So he throws the brick. It didn't hit me. It hit the pavement, the asphalt, and bounced up under my car, and it could have done that to my skull. Had I gone to the right, which is normally how you'd go, it's faster. Instead, I went left, because I could see Perry's guy sitting there, fucking waiting for me to leave. That's not stalking. That's not stalking at all. It's trying to kill me. Attempted murder number 2, right? Is that right? Then there's this thing that happened. Right at the wheel. I call OHP because my tire went flat. The only time I call the cops. And then this happens, Mr. Powell. And I think Mr. Neely told you, hold off on your harassment. I don't think it's a coincidence that powder was all over the room, 3 doors down from her. So then what? You called Josh and then or Dave. Who all did you tell, sir, that you got a cop killed? 6 days after this was reported, Chief Miller's murdered. And Mike is almost murdered. And he's framed. Why would you participate in that? Why would you hurt police like that? I'm not okay with it. I'm really not. I'm really not okay with it, Mr. Powell. Do you know I'm terrified to call locals? I need them to come tell me if they're threatened. I need them to. What do I get? Somebody that works for Perry that's going to hurt me? Or somebody that's going to end up dead in 6 days, Mr. Powell? You like getting cops killed? You okay with that? Why don't you tell the Miller kids what a victim you are? Why don't you call the Miller kids and throw your little fit? Tell them what a victim you are. John Neely, call him up and tell him what a victim you are. Poor me. Do your poor me routine for those people. Wow. I don't know what to say. I don't even know. What if it was your kids? My kids have lived through hell. My son, Dennis, had no semblance of a normal childhood. That's your fault, Matt. That's your fault. He lost his home because you lied in court. You like that. Y'all have a whole 7 cases of fraud upon a court. 7 of them. Yep. Get the title of her car again. So then there's that. Then this one in the parking lot. That's when I went to Mingo Valley. I don't call the cops about these stupid little things y'all do. So what I did though on this one, because it was when I'm starting to try to help Mike, when I'm looking at they kicked me out of the hotel in Manford. Just all of a sudden one day, we're offering payment. I had money to pay. I said I got to go to the bank. I'm gonna go to work. I got to stop at the bank on my way home, and I'll give you some money. We were fighting over bed bugs. I was covered with bed bug bites for months. I'm telling the owner, look at my body, Rinkish. I'm covered in fucking bed bugs. Oh, well, go get some bug spray. Oh my God, I gotta do it? Shit me with this, right? I fucking literally had to drive into Tulsa myself and get fucking bug spray myself. And spray my room. The guy at the place where I got the bug spray was like, Is this guy not all there, or what's his problem? He's like a brick shy of a load or something, right? He does know you're gonna spray your room, and they're gonna run to the other rooms for about 3 weeks, and they'll be right back in your room. You don't kill the bugs. They're all over the place. The bugs, these bed bugs, they don't just live in one room. They move around. I promise you, his whole fucking place is infested. That's a health department problem. They're gonna get all over that guy. I'm like, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna spray your room, and they're gonna come right back. This guy's not all there. I go, all I can do is tell him. 7 months I'm telling this man, you got to get rid of the fucking bed. I don't owe you any money as long as I'm covered with bed bug bites, dude. I could go to get a lawyer and sue you right now. His maid said the same thing. She goes, she's right. She's right. There's a lawyer, has a whole website on how people can sue for bed bugs. You need to fix the damn problem. Fix the fucking problem. Okay, I will. We're arguing. And so I guess somebody goes, they kicked her out of that hotel. First of all, when somebody's willing to work with you over a problem that bad, bed bugs, that creepy, that's nasty, and she's willing to work with you on it, you don't kick them out. That's a great way to get sued, or something worse. I call the health department. The guy's like, oh, it's not bad to get... Bed bugs aren't harmful. Oh, my God. If you got a sore and you're scratching it, and now if you got a bite and it's sore and you're scratching it, now it's an open sore, it's susceptible to infection. I guess what I did for a living. I'm rubbing all over people. So, yeah, I'm sorry, but it was not healthy, and I could get infection. And it's, you need to watch what you tell people if you're not a doctor. What I know is I worked in medical. I was a certified compression therapist. I'm going to tell you, you got an open sore, you could get an infection. And it's better to be a little extra cautious and say that could get infected. Get rid of the fucking bugs. Than to just go, oh, it's no big deal. It is a big deal. You live with it. See how you like it. So I didn't owe this guy money. I'm not paying you till you get rid of the damn bugs. Okay? And I'm, if you'll get rid of the bugs, I'll give you a little money. He refused the payment. They kicked me out. So the guy's like, you don't kick somebody out like that who refused payment. She's covered in bites. Fucking covered in bed bug bites. And yeah, kick her out. She was starting to figure out what they did to Lucky and Mike is what happened. They wanted her out of there because she was starting to figure it out. And guess what? She figured it out anyway. So after I'm starting to say, yeah, I said in January 2020. I said it again in March 2020 to the Florida State's Attorney. Mike Neely was drugged. He didn't do it. And y'all didn't test him in time. Narcan is given it. It changed the composition of his blood. Now we don't know what caused him to be unconscious and in respiratory distress because he's given Narcan and he comes to. So we needed his blood test before. When he was knocked out, he didn't have a bump on the head, right? He's in a fight supposedly, knocked out cold, and no bump on his head. So you did that, TPD. Thanks. Thanks for that. If you're getting threatened, you need to come talk to me. You don't have to put up with that. I'm not putting up with that. Why are you? Okay, so they did this when I take my shit in to Mingo Valley because I'm going, this is witness tampering now. Now I'm trying to help Mike testifying for Mike. I knew he was drugged before anybody else said it. Nobody asked me how. Who told you? Who's investigating Charles that found that out? Nobody asked me, even in my deposition. But TPD, guess what TPD does? Oh, we don't take evidence here. I'm like, today it is how you do it. That's how you do it here now, today. I came from 4 generations of cop. I got 40 cops helping me. Today, you're going to take my evidence. I'm sick of hearing that. We don't want your evidence. We might have to work. Oh my God. Wow. So then there's this one, Matt. Another one. I'm hit at the tire, at the wheel. And then there's fucking this one. Again. Call the cops. Yeah, over that. Really? You're shitting me with that. I'm not bleeding. Oh, look at my bumper. The guy's like, you hit me. Look at my bumper. Does it look like I hit him? You backed into me. With the side of my car. I backed into the back of your car. I'm like, you need to text me a picture of your bumper with my gray paint all over it. I said, I'll never hear back from him because he knows he hit me on purpose. You think this was world? How many events on 9/11, Mr. Powell, did it take for you to figure out it was terrorism? We got it when the second plane hit. Yeah, y'all are slow though. I don't know. Mental slows. It's very frustrating to have to deal with somebody that stupid. That's the back of my neck. That's the bed bug. Look at that. Out in Manford. It kicked her out. You don't kick somebody out that's got a bed bug problem and they're willing to work with you on it. That's a great way to get sued. Look at that. You don't think one of those could get infected? Oh my God. Wow. So what I had to do when I left, they're like, they kicked her out because she was about to solve the murder. Yep. She was starting to figure out. Charles did that. Charles and Dave. Josh knew about it. Didn't stop it. Matt didn't know until after, but he's done everything he can to smear me, discredit a witness, keep me from testifying for Mike, causing another fraud upon the court. Right? That's what you do to somebody that's telling the truth, Mr. Powell. So you contributed to the murder of a police officer and the attempted and frame up of another one, and I don't think that's fine. Why do you? So after I do a podcast and I say I don't call 911 over a car accident, I did when my tire went out. Guess what they did? They flattened my tire. Yeah, nobody suspects a thing. You guys are slow. And when that didn't work, they took the taillight out again. Not the first time. They did it in Manford too. My guys wake me up. Go fix your taillight. They took it out. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. When you leave your house, you just get in your car and you go? They wake me up. Go check your taillights. He just had it taken out. He wants you pulled over. So I did. So you did it again. You want to pull over. You want the cop to tell you who's on the lien, who's on the title, where she keep her registration. I need her driver's license. Blah, blah, blah. Here we go again. You're caught. This is the first false arrest. See, here's the thing. I'm getting poisoned. I'm getting sick. Just let your life fade away. Just be, Charles. Just let us hurt you. Yeah. No, I don't think so. Okay, so I had filed for a protective order in May 2015. It got denied because I forgot my police report. You have to have it. Marler versus Clower says you got to have it. So when this is happening, I'm about to die. So I go file another one. And once again, we got TPD fail. They hand it right over to the offender, which the connecting the dots says that's not what you do. Right? I can't play the whole video because of copyright bullshit, but 9 days later, I'm charged with filing a false police report in retaliation for a public servant doing his job as a senator. Mr. Perry is not able to identify his legislative duties or what state he legislates in, because I live in Oklahoma, not Texas. And stalking me and trying to murder me isn't part of the legislative duties. That's not what you got to do to pass a law in Texas, nor is wrecking my car, nor is jamming up my food apps, nor is sending guys to come into my work. That was the thing. Look at this poor girl. She's going to Godiva's and she's got Robertson going in there bothering her for Charles. And then she moves to a different club. Then it's Pinto offering $5,000 to sleep with him. So she changes clubs again. Then it's Mickey James. Maybe it's worth the risk that he kills you. Of the suspicion we saw with Gary Condit and Chandra Levy. I signed an NDR, a non-disclosure agreement, and I've been watching you behind the scenes. I never met this guy. He's a Native American, by the way. That's federal. Yep. So it's federal for a number of reasons. One, you're crossing state lines to stalk me. Two, you hired a Native American to stalk me. So McGirt, now they got to deal with it. So maybe they already are. See, you don't know. I'm not talking about who's helping me. You're not entitled to know that. It's a need to know. But TPD should have done their part. And now everybody's going, now do we have a police corruption case? Or do we got police being threatened by these people? Or what are we dealing with here? Yep. If you're being threatened, you need to tell me, TPD. But get the bitches off the street. I mean, this has gone on long enough. You do your part. My guys have like 100 people and a bunch of victims you know nothing about. How about you do the part in your jurisdiction? You got one victim. Well, my family too, though. Because my family shouldn't be called by anybody at all. Rick and Deanne, you better watch it. You're about to get hit with a legal shitstorm for fucking with my family. Yeah, it's not I'm telling you, you don't have a choice. You fuck with my family, you're gonna have a problem. I have help. Fabian Puzzle guys, all over you. All right, so he has me false arrested. There's no crime here. I got to follow the law in the state where I live. Plus, you can't do look when they call me. There's when they call me asking for the evidence, Mr. Powell. I'm already in jail in Lubbock. There's been no determination made. There's been no collection of my evidence. You have to collect the evidence, dipshit, like a blood test to see if there's arsenic in my blood. You have to get the video from Lady Godiva's on the night that I've described here in my police report that David caused a problem. Right? He's working for Charlie. Nobody saw my text. There's nothing political about it. You see anything about abortion here, Mr. Powell? Or gun rights, Mr. Powell? All my texts to David and Fabian. I text Fabian the night David came in because we're talking about him. It was all about a dating relationship, Mr. Powell, not politics. You got a mental slow person who can't identify his legislative duties or what state he legislates in, Mr. Powell. Now, when you know you've caused my son to lose his home over something like this, a lie, a fraud upon a court, sir, and obstruction of justice that TPD should have made an arrest over and didn't, and you're still calling up here. You got a cop killed. You're still calling up here. Charles, when you contact me, we get more. So, everybody that works for him, everybody that works with him, please understand, when he contacts me and peeps on me and hacks me, I hate it. I mean, it disgusts me. When you call my family, when you start trying to go at my car and my money, guess what happens? You guys get caught more than ever before in your lives. And Mr. Perry provoked it. I said, don't contact me at all. When you're gone, the problems you caused, that's all gone too. I'll never be broke again. There is no more peep and poke and pink panty pathetic Perry. It's over. You're gone. You and your drama, you and your problem, all gone. So, we don't have problems getting information. You have leaks, we don't. You're breaking the law. You're making everybody upset. Everybody's pissed off at you because you're causing problems and loss. TPD, this right here should have been an easy obstruction case for you. So, because you didn't do it right twice, first you give my report right to the offender, then you don't prosecute the obstruction, Steve Kunzweiler. Were you DA when this happened? Were you DA when is there a statute of limitation? And you got a cop killed, Steve. People are pissed off at you. Okay? So, if we quoted you, Steve, you asked for it. You got people pissed off at you because you refused to prosecute. It's called dereliction of duty, and you got a police officer in Manford killed, and the other one's framed and almost died too. And you don't have that right, sir. It's called depravity. Depraved indifference to human life. Why in the hell would you do that? You can't claim you're pro-life and you're showing depravity for human life. You're showing negligence. You don't give a fuck who dies. We have a dead cop. I'm not okay with it. I don't know how you can live with it, Mr. Kunzweiler. I don't know. What kind of monster you must be that you can live with what happened here and you didn't do shit about it, and now we have a dead Lucky and an almost dead framed Mike. And then the torture they put me through Friday, trying to force me against my will back to Texas, I got to do a scream and yell on podcast. Then finally Mike's husband comes up and he helps me a little bit, and then he's all upset and agitated. Y'all did something to him too, or he wouldn't have acted like that. Mr. Perry, you're causing my son and I to be broke. So when we quote you, you did ask for it when you caused my son and I to be broke. What did we tell you? Get the fuck out of our lives and never contact me again. And every time you do, we get more. So we find out about Rick and Deanne. We find out, again, you're trying to get somebody to ask about my title. Who's on her title? We got to find out who's on her title. Does she have a lien on it? Is it late? Is she paying her payments on time? We got to find out, is she insured? None of your business. Fuck off. Fuck the hell off. So when we quote you, you stupid son of a bitch, it's been the same way for years. When you bother me, when you commit a crime against me, you get caught and told on. TPD, you guys need to catch up. Kunzweiler, read this police report and point out for me where are the injuries on Mike that look like he was in a fight. Sir, you got a cop killed because you didn't do the right thing when you had the chance to do it. So if your guys are getting threatened, then you fucking need to tell me. You gotta tell me. Otherwise, everyone thinks you've got no integrity. No morals. You're corrupt too. Right? Is that which one is it, sir? Consueler? Which one is it? Mr. Consueler, which one is it? Charles, do not contact me. I don't care what you think. You're retarded. I told you don't when you peep, when you hack, when you make contact with me. I don't like it, sir. No one does. When you take my money, you're seeing things happen you've not seen before. You get told on all the time. Everybody's sick of you. We're all tired of you. So I'm quoting you all the time. You got Rick and Deanne after my relatives. Get them off of them. You don't have a choice. Charles, you need to control yourself. Go be normal. You need to keep up with normal people, and you can't do it, can you? You're stupid, aren't you? Listen, if I'm able to get information and you guys don't know how we're getting that, we're in control, not you, Charles. You're just a pathetic little reject. Pathetic little bitch you can't move on. Stupid as fuck. You're told on and 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 rejected, and nobody wants you around and everybody's sick of hearing it. You shut up. Everybody's tired of it. You just shut up. We're all tired of you and your drama and your problems. Nobody owes you shit. You need to fuck off. And as many times as you're told on, we don't know why the hell you think you have a choice. It speaks to your delusion, and like the shrink says, he's severely mentally retarded. He does the same thing every day that gets him told on, and nobody wants him. He's not going to get a date. Everybody's sick and tired of this. This that he's icking and sliming and burdening us with. Everybody's sick of it, Charles. Get a life. Get out of mine. You're not going to get a date with me, stupid. You're fucked hard. I don't do fucked hard. I can't stand you. I can't stand... Women don't... You're a turnoff. Women don't like being peeped on, sir. I'm not going to go out with a cop killer. Why would I fucking do that? I'm not going to tell you any information that would help you continue to ruin my life. What the fuck is... That's not how you get a date. You don't ruin somebody's life and they go, oh, now she'll want me. Wow. On what planet is that? Planet retard? Planet weirdo? What is it? I mean, not normal. You see Fabian acting like that? My ex-husband doesn't even act like that unless you tell him to. You know, stay the fuck away from my family. Get out of my life. We get stuff like, I found out Mike was drugged because you were fucking with me. My guys started digging. What the fuck happened? They got her kicked out of Manfred because she was figuring out what happened. Not because it wasn't about payment. He refused payment. If you got somebody patient with a bedbug problem like that, there was Google reviews going way back before I lived there. They got a bedbug problem. Don't stay there. Yep. Guess what? Those things don't stay in one room. They go everywhere. You think a bedbug knows when they've gone into somebody else's room? It's a fucking bug. Yep. So, they made her leave Manfred because she figured out what happened. She started to figure that all out. And they made her leave thinking that would stop her from figuring it out. And guess what? It didn't. She figured it out anyway. So, I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Dave, Josh, Joe, Matt, Charles, this guy, my guys that got this to me in jail, when I'm quoting you, that's the kind of power they have. You don't have any power, princess. You're John Hinckley Jr. sitting on your fat, lazy ass, watching TV, pretending. Nobody's trying to have a date with you. 13 years, you're not wanted, you're not loved, you're told on. You're a butt-in. You're a nothing, you're rejected. You fail every day. You can't just be normal and go work. Get off your fat, lazy ass, stop perverting around, and go fucking work. Go do things with your family. Leave us all alone. I moved twice. To get away from you, weirdo. I don't go out with stupid people. I don't go out with peeping toms. Sure shit, don't go out with cop killer. When you fuck with me, every day, the guys that can do this, Rick and Deanne, are going to go after your ass. They're going after your ass, Matt, Charles, Jay, Josh, Joe, all of y'all. Calvin, all you sex weirdos, your little organized crime sex weirdo club. TPD, the guys that got me that in jail, if you're being threatened, tell me. I got somebody helping me. You need my help, I'll help you. But I can't do it if you don't talk to me. But I think everybody's sick and tired of letting you guys just let this go. So that's the thing today. What's TPD got up their ass? They're letting this go. Who's threatening them? Are they being threatened? Are they being bought? What's the problem here? We can all see those bitches should have been in jail a long time ago. Right? So my guys aren't going to come out, TPD, and show who they are on a need to know, where they need to have the everything covered, their identity undercover. They need that covered up. Their identity. Right? Can you not do your part? I mean, come on now. You got a cop killed. We're not okay with it. I don't know why you are. Charles, we control your leaks. You're deviant. You're offensive. You're breaking the law. You have leaks. We don't have them. You do. We've always controlled that, not you. We've always controlled your leaks. You've never controlled it. You sat around on your ass typing in my phone. Who you think it is? Is it your family? Is it you and me? And then whiny. I'm like, oh my God, please shut up. Will you please shut up? I'm not going to help you ruin my life. I'm not told who the leaks are. I'm not told how they get the information. I don't know what they get from a leak and what they get from a wiretap order. I don't care. No one cares. You know what we care about? You're gone. So is the problems. So is the invasion of my privacy. So is the butting into things that aren't your business. You're gone. With your crimes, gone with you. Your murder, your rape, your robbery, it's gone with you. That's all we care about, delusional whack job. You ought to know that. I shouldn't have to tell you that. If they have the power to get that to me in jail, that's very specific to me, don't you think? Oh, I don't know, you're retarded. You wouldn't know. I'm not going to help you. No one's going to help you continue to ruin lives. No one's going to help you, sir. You're going to jail. And when you're gone, the nightmare ends. It's over. We don't have to deal with this ever again. You see this? Everybody's like, what happened? They weren't fighting. And oddly, I'm not in front of that jury, nor was the two men quoted in this, Ty Buttram and Chief Ridley. Both of them said, we saw them every day. They weren't fighting. And yet, all three of us were kept from the jury, Mr. Perry. That's not fishy. That's not fishy at all. Did it take all four events on 9/11 for you to figure out that it was terrorism? Because the rest of us figured it out when the second plane hit. You're fucking slow.